Just do it.
Hi, it's Shaz here. So in this compilation of Leon's top 25 Jackie Chan fight scenes, I'm here to tell you our honourable mentions that didn't make the top 25. So the first one is the car fight scene from Police Story. I really like this scene because it's fast paced and Jackie does a lot of baseball bat dodging. The cars took quite a lot of damage, and I found it changed the feel of the whole film for me going forward. Our second honourable mention is from Shaolin Wooden Men, and it's the scene where Jackie works his way through the chamber of wooden men. Now I really like this scene because I just love the wooden men, and it shows how skilled and agile Jackie was, and he gave those wooden men a taste of their own medicine. Our third honourable mention goes to Half a Loaf of Kung Fu. So this is the fight scene where Jackie is fighting against Chin Kang. Jackie pulls off Chin Kang's wig and uses it like nunchucks. This had us in absolute stitches, and it coined our phrase of wig fu. Our fourth honourable mention goes to the bar fight scene from Project A. We love this scene because it's just full of mayhem. There's furniture being thrown around, there's comedy, great timing, acrobatics, crazy stunts. Everything you could ask for from a Jackie Chan fight scene is there.
In my number 5 position is the gang fight from Rumble in the Bronx. Now, a lot of people were introduced to Jackie Chan via Rumble in the Bronx, and I can only imagine what a strong introduction this must have been. When Jackie goes into the den to sort out the gang after they've been causing a lot of problems in the film, you get everything that's classic Jackie Chan. You get humour, you get stunts, you get parts of the location used, and you get that intensity and speed and that danger. You get Jackie getting hurt, Jackie coming out on top through his sheer willpower, determination and skill all mixed together. There's something about it in Rumble in the Bronx style where it just feels like he's, you know, breaking down barriers. He's fighting for not just, you know, the stakes in the film, but he's fighting outside of that. He's fighting to further his career, to get a new audience. That's what it felt like to me, because I've been a Jackie Chan fan way before Rumble in the Bronx, and I felt that every step of the way with him in this fight scene in Rumble in the Bronx. I thought, he's doing it, he's smashing it, he's going to be mega big after this. And of course he was. Rush Hour came after this, America beckoned, and he's now the worldwide superstar that he is. Is it down to this fight scene by itself? Probably not, but this probably did help an awful lot. That's my number 5 pick. It's Jackie versus the gang in the hideout in Rumble in the Bronx. Going on to my number 4 slot, and we've got Jackie in another one-on-one fight. It is, of course, Jackie versus Benny the Jet Arquidez. And the fight scene in question is the one at the end of Wheels on Meals. This fight scene is incredible. It's iconic. It's a lot of people's number 1 fight scene of all time. And you can see why. There's a certain chemistry that goes on between Jackie and Benny when they're fighting. You've got one who's like a champion kickboxer, undefeated, and the other one who's undisputed champion of the screen. Both really skilled martial artists, both going at it, and you can see that mutual respect there on screen, and that amplifies what you're watching. You know you're getting two men at the top of the game. You know they're having a magic moment that this is seldom going to be recreated again. That fight scene, it has loads of good elements to it. It has some humour in there, it has some unusual moves in there. We have things like Benny kicking out some candles, Jackie just doing his thing with treat it like a training session, and hearing what's going on inside his head. That adds another element to it. I've never seen a fight before where somebody tickles somebody to get them to let go of them. What a genius idea. That combined with the music, the way it's shot, it makes Wheels on Meals, the Benny versus Jackie fight, one of the greatest to ever grace the screens. I don't think anybody can ever argue with that one. In my number 3 slot is a fight scene that I used to watch over and over again on the video I had. The first video out of this was an ex-rental. It was Police Story 2, and the fight scene I've selected from this, it might surprise you, it's actually the park fight scene. To me, back then, and probably still now, this had more of an element of danger to it than most of the other fights in this film. The film's incredible, but this fight scene in the park, it always stuck in my head when they yell at him. His own mother won't even recognise him, and they're going at him with metal bars in a park at night. It feels like he's up against some very, very lethal thugs that are determined to do permanent damage to him. And using the park like he does, running up the bars of the swings and using the roundabout, the slide, it's a fantastic location. I don't think there's been many better locations. This is possibly my favourite location for a Jackie Chan fight scene. He's using a playground, and he likes to use a set as his playground. So the fact that he has, that he actually has a playground in this, and he has a fight of enormous severity in it, I just loved it. I still love it. I can watch that fight scene any day of the week. It never gets boring to me. I love the edge to it, the speed in it, and the music in that scene, which really helps portray how serious the situation is. Is there many better group battles in a Jackie Chan fight scene? I don't think so, but how about you guys? Going on to my penultimate spot, in number 2, it's a Jackie one-on-one fight again. This might shock you, but it's Jackie versus Benny again, and it's Dragons Forever. Now I know some people might not choose this one because there's a rather obvious double in from Chin Ka Lock for Jackie. Whatever the reasons were, whether he couldn't pull off the move on that day or he had a slight injury, it doesn't really concern me. What concerns me is the fight. The intensity between Jackie and Benny in this one feels like they're trying to go one better than their classic fight on Wheels on Meals. Do they achieve it? Well, some of you may not think so, but for me, I've always found the fight scene at the end of Dragons Forever just that little bit better. I just feel like they're both that little bit more pumped. Even some points of the fight where they just stood still, glaring at each other, and Jackie's got his arms like just so tight, and his muscles are gleaming, and he's looking at Benny, and Benny's looking at him. It's so fast, it's so hard, it's so iconic. It's my number 2 slot. It's Jackie versus Benny, Dragons Forever.
Our 5th and final honourable mention goes to the fight where Jackie is wearing a skirt from the Young Master. So in this scene, Jackie takes on Li Hoi Sang and Feng Hakon wearing a skirt, and I just love how Jackie always improvises with whatever he has to hand, and this was the most original use for a skirt I have ever seen.
And it's finally come to that time where I reveal my number 1 Jackie Chan fight scene of all time. What could possibly be better than what we've already discussed? What could be better than Jackie versus Benny? Well, as you all know, I do like my Jackie versus Benny, and the best Jackie versus Benny for me has got to be the end of Police Story in the shopping mall. I mean, that scene is absolutely incredible. Jackie fighting against Funk Hakon and all his cronies, using a shopping mall. I mean, there's so many places to get hurt in this. There are so many places that Jackie did get hurt in this. It's insanity of the highest order, and the speed of it. And who can watch this fight without, just getting really into it, really psyched and jolting around on the sofa? It's just super intense. I don't think there's ever been such an intense Jackie Chan as there is at the end of Police Story. For me, it is the pinnacle of what Jackie has done. Fight scenes on screen, my number one has been for years, and probably always will be, the shopping mall fight at the end of Police Story. I hope that doesn't disappoint too many of you. I hope there's a few of you that agree with me, but if not, please leave me a comment below. It's absolutely fine to disagree. I want to know what everybody else's choices are. These are just mine. I hope you've had a fun time with this video, and if you'd like to see more like this in the future, please give us a thumbs up. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed my Jackie Chanuary rundown of my top 25 Jackie Chan fight scenes ever, and a special thank you to Shaz for our honourable mentions. And until the next video, we'll see you then.